Whether you've lived in Central Texas all your life or you've just been thinking about moving to the area sometime soon, I was able to hear what the mayor and the city manager for Georgetown were able to say about what happened last year and what they predict for the years to come. It's really important, really insightful, and I hope you join me. It all starts right after this. The first thing that they had to say was simply this: despite that terrible and ridiculous virus, my words, that started in March of 2020, sales tax revenues were higher than they expected. That's amazing news. Despite all that great news, some people are having difficulty paying their utility bills. If that's you, or if you know of somebody that's challenged because of COVID, please make sure that you contact the city. A fund has been established to help you stay up to date on your payments. The overriding theme for the meeting was growth. For the 5th consecutive year, Georgetown was among the top 10 cities with a population of 50,000 or more when it comes to population growth. Williamson County is predicted to have a 1.45 million population by the year 2045. That's a 195% growth rate between now and then. Absolutely incredible. And if you're thinking, man, it's time for me to go to the next county over, implications are that growth rates will be the same in surrounding counties. In 2020, housing starts were 1,900, or just about that number. Last year they were 1,300, and the year before 1,200 new home starts. So far, in early January, we are at 682 new home starts in Georgetown. That is amazing, and higher than what we had in the years 2014, 2015, and 2016. One of the biggest areas of concern when it comes to growth is maintaining safety and the charm that Georgetown has long had. 2 new fire stations have been added, number 5 and 6, and the fire department has announced that they're adding 10 new staff for administration for EMS and fire. Georgetown Police Department, headed by my friend Chief Nero, has added 2 patrol areas, and they've increased training at the Georgetown Police Training Facility. As we can all well imagine and understand, with so many additional home starts, development resources have been strained. The city and the mayor have agreed that they need to add at least 8 more positions to streamline the process. They hope to add more, but with so much competition around the globe and particularly around Central Texas, it's difficult to find good talent. If you know somebody who's looking, make sure you contact the city. With all this new growth, one of my areas of concern is how it's going to impact those of us who are already here. One of the answers provided by the mayor, Josh Schrader, is simply that there'll be the use of public utility districts when it comes to new subdivisions. The aim and idea is that they will pay for the additions of utilities, sewer, water, and they'll be able to hand something over that will be an asset and not a liability. So many people from Georgetown, including PBS darling and day tripper Chet Garner, have referred to the square as the most beautiful square in the state of Texas. The city of Georgetown announced that in the first quarter of 2021, they'll be spending $3.1 million to make sure that that beauty is maintained. In 2020, according to the city manager, 700 jobs were added in Georgetown with an impact of $68 million. And despite that interesting and wonderful statistic, one of the biggest questions that I hear, and one of the biggest questions that they hear apparently, is when is Costco coming in? Well, according to them, and according to Costco, if you'll just drive by the site where Costco will be, you'll have a better idea. They're not releasing the start date for some reason, so it'll be a fun game for all of us to play. So what's coming in 2021? It's a great question. So much is happening, so much growth, so many new home starts. That's great news for all of us. And there are challenges, of course. One thing that the mayor wanted to be sure that we understand and keep in mind is that for every major announcement that makes the front page of the paper or makes the first 5 minutes of the local TV news, there are other peripheral businesses that will come with it. The impact on us is quite simple. And if you go to northpark35.com, you can take a look at what I'm talking about. In phase 1, there's an anticipated 287,000 square feet of light industrial space that will be finished in 2021. And there's an estimated 1.5 million square feet that will be possible by the time all of the build out is complete. The city of Georgetown is also focusing its efforts on developing Southeast Georgetown for commercial and retail space. That is great news, and it'll have a positive impact on the local area and on traffic. And finally, I'd like to point these things out. The next time you're driving around the city and you happen to see a small area, say 10 or 15 acres that are being developed for commercial or industrial purposes, don't let that trouble you. Georgetown enjoys the third lowest monthly cost of services in Central Texas, and Georgetown has the lowest property taxes in Austin for municipalities greater than 20,000 population. The economic growth outpaced the forecast last year, and that's good news because we were conservative. We have more money, or the city has more money than they predicted they would have. And finally, there's this. The city enjoys an AA+ rating on general obligations and an A+ rating on utilities. They do have a goal of becoming AAA. Stronger together, that's what we're looking to do. Hey everybody, I trust that you enjoyed what I had to say. It in no way encompasses everything that they had to say, which was an hour long, and I hope that I can provide that entire video to you at some time in the near future. In the meantime, if you've got questions or if I brought something up that didn't have answers or was unclear, please let me know. I'm doing my best and I can certainly improve. I'm so glad you joined me. My name is Tom Catlin, Keller Williams Realty Lone Star here in the great state of Texas. I'm never too busy for your referrals, and I look forward to serving you and seeing you real soon.